I'm going to do something today which I don't normally do. I'm going to agree with Lord Heseltine, who said over the weekend this country is morphing dangerously into the Germany of the 1930s. And he's right, and I made the same observation myself, but before the noble lord did so. And the reason I do it is because in the early 1930s and through the 1930s, gradually the concept of free speech was stamped out. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in a great flash overnight. It was gradual. It was slices, salami slices away from freedom to say what you think. And that's what we've been getting now for nearly 5 years. And ours doesn't come as anti-Nazi propaganda, if you will. It doesn't come as that. It comes in the form of political correctness. What are you allowed to say and what you're not allowed to say. So it seems that some people can say whatever they like and some people can't. And it depends on your political stance and where you are on the political spectrum. So Jon Snow, who is on the extreme left in state broadcasting, can say something like, he's never seen so many white people, which would have got somebody from the other side of the political spectrum severely chastised, especially in state broadcasting. It would have been unthinkable. You can make all sorts of comments about white people if you are black, but you can't make many statements without risking the wrath of mainstream media if you make comments in the other direction. Imagine, for example, if I'd seen a picture of the Notting Hill Carnival and said in horror, my goodness me, I've never seen so many black people. It wouldn't be long before I got a knock on the door from the police. It seems that David Lammy, because he's a black politician on the left, can call Boris Johnson, who's a white politician on the centre, he can call him a Nazi, call Nigel Farage a Nazi. Well, of course, if you are from the right or from the Leave campaign, or whatever you want to call it, and you call Alice Soubry a Nazi, the police arrest you. And this is continually going on now. And of course, this is exactly what happened in 1930s Germany. It was gradual. Suddenly people were taken away. Suddenly people were disappearing if they were saying something which by Nazi standards wasn't politically correct. And of course it was the same in the Soviet Union under Stalin. And this is happening now. You're being deplatformed at universities. You can be removed from Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. If you're not saying what the state wants, you have to go along with the state. Political correctness, what the mainstream media endorse, which is why they're trying to now regulate social media, because social media has grown as an alternative, of course, to mainstream media, which everybody knows wasn't giving them the right information or giving them true information. And the classic example at the moment of that is the yellow vests in France. Massive protests all over France, in Toulouse, Paris, Lyon and other countries, which is just being whitewashed out of mainstream media in this country, in North America. Whitewashed out. I don't know whether there's a D notice on it, but this is why I agree with Lord Heseltine. Yes, it is. We are looking very much like Germany of the 1930s, and I think that's a terribly frightening thing. But paradoxically, the reason for that is because of people, the corps d'elite, in our system, in our political system, like Lord Heseltine. Lord Heseltine, if you're watching this, you will reap, and you are reaping what you have sown.